Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please subscribe to this channel, share, like, as well as drop a comment on the comment section. So today we're going to be looking at the concept of international organization. Concept of international organization. Now, international organization is an establishment of a foundation. It's an establishment or a foundation devoted to the promotion of peculiar course of program, especially one of public, educational, or charitable character. Now, it is, it is an organization that has occupied a central place in international relations, composed of countries that come together to achieve specific goals. So the term international organization has been used in the last few decades to describe a wide range of phenomena, but particularly after the world wars, to refer to a former international organizations, specifically the organs or branches of the United Nations system. So, international organization, is an explicit arrangement negotiated among international actors which proscribe and or authorize behavior, and these explicit arrangements are public, at least among the parties themselves. So, okay, now these organizations are the fruits of negotiations and agreement. So the definition, that I've actually talked about, however, some of them have actually exclude tacit bargains and implicit guidelines, but however, important as they are actually general forms of cooperation. But what is important again is that, according to the realist school of thought, international organization is a little more than ciphers for state power. Now, states rarely allow international organizations to become significant autonomous actors. Nonetheless, institutions are considerably more than empty vessels. So says the realist school of thought. Now, according to the realist still, according to the realist, states spend significant amounts of time and effort constructing institutions precisely because they can advance or impede state goals in the international economy. So the environment and the national security. So because of that, states fight over international design because it affects, outcomes. So international organization is a social construct created by purpose, by people in order, presumably, to help them achieve some purpose, whatever that purpose may be. Okay, so the aim of international organization being created is to make ends meet. Okay, so those are the things. Now, international organization, is actually, international organization, is an organization whether or not established by a treaty in which two or more states or government agencies or publicly funded bodies are members, and in which a joint financial interest is overseen by a government body. Okay, now from the definitions above, of course, you know, we can say that international organization can simply be defined as the coming together of two or more nations to achieve a particular aim or aims, and these aims are achieved by countries belonging to these international organizations by pulling resources together. Note that cooperation is a major factor in international organization. Okay, now the purpose of international organization could be to achieve international cooperation in dealing with issues of economic, technical, social, cultural, or humanitarian character, or a combination of more than one of these. There could also be cooperation in the field of governance and security, as exemplified by the United Nations, whose main aim is to promote peace, security, promotion, promoting social progress, better standards and human rights, and of course, developing friendly relations amongst nations. Now, let us look at the features. What are the common features of international organization? Number one, global intergovernmental organizations are established by means of agreement between two or more states. That is number one. That international organizations are actually established by an agreement or by agreement between two or more states. That's number one. Number two, the states involved decide to surrender part of their sovereignty to the international organization. Number three, consensus, recommendations, and cooperation inform state action rather than enforcement. That's number three. Number four, international organizations are composed of sovereign independent states voluntarily joining in a common pursuit of certain goals. Number five, international organizations establish certain organs that are assigned special duties. Okay, number six, the administrative headquarters, which is termed secretariat, performs the executive functions through the Secretary General and world-class civil servants. The next point is that international organizations do not possess a legislative body that has power to make laws. The next point is that legislative functions are carried out through conferences like the Summit of the UN. The next point is that the actors that shape the activities of international organization determine the type of decisions and whose interests such decisions are designed to serve. The next point is that officials of government act under the influence of their respective governments based on specific foreign policy objectives. The next point is that members to the conferences are selected on representatives of government officials who agree or disagree on decisions taken at the conference as a reflection of the official position of their governments. The next point is, that's the next feature now, is that decision making at the conference is governed by the democratic principles of majority rule and equal voting right. The next feature is that some international organizations possessing compulsory jurisdiction over disputes between states have institutions with legal or quasi-legal powers. The next point is that in the settlement of disputes, international organizations employ methods of negotiation, inquiry, mediation, and conciliation. The next feature is that permanent secretariat is occupied by members of the organization from different nationalities chosen to serve the organization regardless of their nationality. The next point is that international organizations possess features such as membership. The next point is that, international organizations have formal structures that are continuous and are established by means of agreement, such as a treaty. Thank you very much.